welcome back to Well Played, presented by The Scam. I'm Caroline Hendershot.
She's back!
Back like I never left.
And I'm Blake Morgan. I'm just so happy that Caroline's back. I missed her so much, didn't you guys?
We had like a cute little heart-to-heart voice memo, like, I miss you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I miss you.
Now kiss.
Yeah, exactly. But it was all over voice memo.
It was.
It was cute.
Because I missed you so much.
Yeah, we
and
missed each
I was
other.
like, oh my God, I realized just how grateful I was, especially when I was watching those videos of your wedding. As I mentioned, waited eagerly for Sarah to post them on her Instagram stories, and she delivered.
She did.
She delivered.
Of course she did.
And you did too. You looked fabulous.
Thank you.
Do you have a highlight, like on your Instagram profile? You know how you could do like highlight stories?
Yeah.
You made one for your wedding, right?
I have not yet.
You need to, because I'm not even going to listen to what you say.
Okay.
Because listeners, if you did not see Caroline in that dress, sure, there's like one video, which is amazing.
There's two.
Oh, there's two now.
On my grid, yeah.
Okay. Well, we need just like the whole highlight reel so we
yes,
can,
ma'am.
you know, like the little pig from Toy Story. Remember when he like has the remote controller and he's like flipping through the channels?
Yes.
That was me.
Okay.
All weekend long.
I'm so happy that you enjoyed it that much.
Yeah. So I have three main questions for you about your wedding.
Okay.
1, how long did it take for you to cry? 2, how many times did you cry? And 3, when did you cry the hardest?
Okay. This is actually going to probably shock everyone. I didn't cry as much as I think I would. Or I thought I would. Like, I cried when we did our first look because, like, we both cried. We were just like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with you, to each other. Yes, Blake?
I just raised my hand. So the first look, to educate us non-married people, is that before the wedding ceremony happens?
Yes.
Okay.
And honestly, like, I wasn't really keen on doing it because I wanted him to like have the full emotional impact of me walking down the aisle and really sob. But I'm so glad we did it because it was truly like a private moment where we just like got it for ourselves. And we did like private vows since we had a Catholic ceremony and you have to do Catholic vows during that ceremony. So we did our own private vows in that, which was like so lovely. And we both cried, which was great. We got a little cry out of the way. And then it was just like, I felt so much better after I saw him. Like I was way less nervous. So that was really good. So I cried then. That was the first time I cried, which surprising. At least that day. I think I cried earlier that weekend. But, and then I think I cried the hardest when my dad spoke.
It's always the dad, man.
He crushed his speech. Honestly, like everyone crushed their speeches. I've never been to a wedding where I was like, oh my God, all 3 speeches were just like fantastic. But my dad had a line in his like toast because he was like, I have a formal toast because he's a Navy man and that's very specific. And you know, he starts to give his spiel, and then he was like, Caroline, you have a new captain now, and Scott, you have a very loyal first mate. And I was just like,
up.
bawling.
That gave me the chills.
Yeah, I was like, oh, don't do that to me, Carl. And so that I really cried hard for. But then like the amount of times after like speeches and our first look, I really don't think I cried other than that. And I think it was just because I was so freaking happy. Like everyone says, and this sounds so dumb and cliche. And I was like, they're lying. This is not true. Oh my God, everyone's so like liars, whatever. Everyone's like, okay, you will never be happier than like when you have your first child, right? They're like, it's a love you never imagined. I genuinely don't know how you get to that because I'm the happiest I've ever been right now post-wedding. Like I was just on cloud 9. And like didn't know it was possible to be more in love with my human than I already was. And it was just like, everything I hoped and dreamed for, it was a plus.
I love that.
I will say, for people whose love language is words of affirmation, weddings are your fucking Super Bowl because holy shit, I've never heard so many nice things said about me in my entire life. I was like, oh my God, this is filling my cup for years to come.
You're set. You're at full capacity.
Well, that's a lie. But I was going to say, I don't need a compliment for years. No, I do.
Okay, what was the nicest thing someone said to you? Or like most unexpected thing, because everybody obviously told you how gorgeous you looked.
Right. Yeah. I think it was
any compliments about your glowing personality by chance?
Shockingly, no. No, I think it was mostly just like how all of my friends, a lot of them wrote this in cards, so I read it after the fact, but they were like, you guys fit together so well, and it's like so noticeable from just you two together that you're really meant to be together. And I think that is like the best compliment you can get, because I obviously feel that way. That's why I married the man. Right. But like for people to notice it even just in our like small interactions, I think that's really special too. So I will say, like, one of the small highlights, my grandma, who's turning 90 in September.
I was wondering if she was there.
The frickin' OG. She came, of course, because she's
Italian granny?
Yes, Italian grandma. She came because, of course, she can't be stopped. She let me wear one of her rings for the day. So it was like my something borrowed and something blue. And it had like a really pretty sapphire on it. And then it had like some diamonds on it. And she gave it to me. She was like so casual about it. She was like, do you want this to wear for, you said you wanted a piece of jewelry. Do you want this to wear on your wedding day? And I was like ready to sob.
I want to see a picture of that.
But
after.
it was like gorge. So that was
cool.
A very like nice little touch that I had because I got to wear her jewelry too.
Did you have to give it back?
She was like, it'll be borrowed for today and then I'll just give it to you. And I was like, okay, great. Thanks so much.
That it's yours, babe.
Yeah. But yeah,
problem.
It was incredible. And I wish I could relive it a million times over. I will say, I said this throughout the whole process. Like, I do not miss wedding planning one iota, like not even the smallest ounce. However, I do wish that the weekend itself lasted longer. So, c'est la vie, you know?
It sounds very successful.
It was.
And like, I'm not surprised. You're not a bridezilla.
I was not. I will say the craziest thing that I did, I was not crazy throughout this entire process, but the craziest thing I did, I paid an Etsy witch for weather on my wedding day.
You actually fucking did? Are you kidding?
Of course I did. And guess what? It was gorgeous weather.
Oh.
It rained in the morning, and then it was fine and lovely and overcast and perfect temperature and not too hot, and Scott didn't sweat through his suit. And then when we got to the reception, the sun came out. So if that gives you any kind of interest in doing it for yourself for your wedding, highly recommend.
That's amazing.
DM me. I'll send you the link.
You can't do it around sports for job reasons.
Yeah, of course. Sports betting.
So, right. I forgot that we had that discussion already. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, of course I did that.
Oh, I wish you had told me that before. I would have came prepared with a question.
Like really keeping that on lock because I was like, oh, this is crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but hey, it worked out, you know? You also, though, had a great weekend this past weekend. You went to the freaking All-Star game.
I did, but we're going to get into that in a second because I first want to say there's another celebration.
Yes, you're right.
Which is that we're celebrating 1 year of Well Played.
Yeah.
This week. I think it was July 25th or 26th.
Yeah.
Before it was just Shawnista.
Yes.
myself, Amanda, who at the time had not had her baby yet.
Amanda was in this chair.
She was in that. Well, we were
Coco was not in the picture yet.
She wasn't even a twinkle in my eye yet.
She was not.
Mm-mm. And then Sean found her.
And the rest is history.
The rest really is history.
And you know what? Shout out to all of you guys because we wouldn't be here a year later if it wasn't listened to and enjoyed by so many of you. Yeah. So thank you all so much for coming along this journey with us. And we only have more room to grow. Am I right or am I right?
It is so true. How are you feeling about the show these days?
I'm loving it. I just can't wait for football to be back.
I'm a little nervous for that because I got through the 1 year of football, which I was thinking about this the other day, guys, and I was like, why did anyone let me talk to the godfather of fantasy football when I like just learned what a football was?
No, it was
3 weeks prior.
It's okay.
I feel like I want to bring him back and like have a redemption round.
Here's the thing. You shouldn't be scared for this season of football. You know so much more than you did going into last season. So now you're going to be like dropping names, coaches, rules here, there,
It's true.
Everywhere.
I was already thinking about like who I want to win the Super Bowl this year.
See, there you go. There you go.
I'm really rooting for the Lions. I just like want to see them do this. I don't know why. I have no ties to Detroit, Michigan.
Dan Campbell,
it's
very lovable guy.
Him.
Very lovable guy.
It's just him.
I know.
And their quarterback is Jared Goff.
Hell fucking yes.
My God.
Yep.
I'm
just
kind
had a baby.
Of a legend.
Just had a baby. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I was like, is his name Jared? No, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Look at you.
Sorry, Jets. I mean, no shade.
No shade.
For my father, I want the Jets to win.
Yeah, of course.
So thanks, for listening as always. If you would like to hear something different on the show, you can always let us know.
Yeah, feel free. DM us. We're not scary. We don't bite.
We're here.
But only DM us nice things. Be polite. Otherwise, I will not be interacting with you. No.
Finger wagging you from far away.
And in kind of the spirit of listening to our show, make sure you're checking out the full length video of this and every episode on YouTube. And make sure if you're just an audio listener that you're hitting the follow button on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, truly wherever you listen to your podcast. Follow, like, subscribe, comment. You know the drill. Support us. We'll support you. Live, laugh, love. You know?
I like that.
Thanks.
Live, laugh, love.
Shall we get into playing le field?
Let's play that field, girl.
Let's play it. Speaking of big weekends, I just mentioned you were at the WNBA All-Star weekend game, like the whole shenanigans. Please give us the lowdown. What was your highlight? What was the most unexpected thing from it? You were like thriving.
No, it was so crazy how it was so much happened in such a short amount of time, which I'm sure you are used to, but I haven't really traveled for work in this kind of capacity.
And those weekends are jam-packed.
Yeah, I really did not expect it. I was like running on fumes by the time I came home. The first big thing that happened was that I ran into Azzi Fudd in the elevator. I already told Caroline the story, but I was coming out of the elevator, head in my phone because I'm a screenager. And I look up, I bump into her, and I'm like, oh, sorry, my bad. And she's like, oh, it's okay. And then she goes in the elevator, and I'm like, oh, my God, you're Azzi Fudd. And she's like, yeah. And I said, nice to meet you.
Wow. Proud of you that you actually like – I feel like usually in those scenarios I like black out because I'm like, oh my God.
I blacked out though because I said nice to meet you as if I introduced myself and was like, I'm Blake of the Skim. You know what I mean? Like it was so weird of me.
No, it's okay. And she's definitely had weirder. She
was with Paige Bueckers' manager.
Okay.
And Paige's little brother. And as I was walking away from the elevator, he was like, I'm Drew, like trying to like introduce himself. And when I turned the corner, I was like, hey, Drew.
Yeah.
And then I recounted the story on my TikTok that I've been posting to consistently for like the past month.
I'm really proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to get back into it. I was off the grid for the wedding, but now I'm back.
Yeah. Well, Azzi ended up commenting on my thing. It was like, hi, Blake, nice to meet you.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because my thing got like, my video got like almost 200K views because I was just like, this was just so ridiculous.
Oh my God.
But everyone was very validating.
Are you
like,
famous?
No.
Okay.
Certainly not.
Just don't forget me when you become famous.
Girl, I'm taking you with me.
Wait, you know what I feel like I loved out of the All-Star weekend was like they kind of hard launched Paige and Azzi.
Well, okay, here's the crazy thing is that, so yes, they hard launched. And if you don't know what we're talking about there's this video from an account called Wag Talk where on the orange carpet they interviewed Paige. And notoriously they do it with basketball like wives and girlfriends and of NBA players, and they kind of quiz them, and then you reveal who the husband or boyfriend is at the end. Exactly. Well, they did that to Paige. They reverse Uno'd and did it to the player. And it was kind of crazy because she just got right into it. She was like, okay, how well do you know your D1 athlete girlfriend? And she answered all the questions with grace. And then the next day, so I was able to interview like 10 players as part of like a press circuit. And so I asked Paige, I was like, oh, did you was that your version of hard launching? Because obviously for months we've been talking about them breadcrumbing, leaving little hints. And she was like, to be honest, like, no, that wasn't really a hard launch. It was like a setup.
Like a setup in a bad way or a setup in...
She had a good attitude about it, but she was just like, I wasn't expecting that.
Okay, got it.
And at first I wasn't going to talk about it because we were like, like don't want to put the creator on blast or anything. Right. But People Magazine already reported this, so I feel comfortable talking about it. Like it's already out there. And she was like, I served the moment, but like I wasn't expecting to do that.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, it's like everybody already knew.
Yeah.
And it's like, if she really didn't want to talk about it, she could have just...
Yeah. I feel like if she wasn't into it, she could have just been like, okay, I know what this is. I'm going to peace out
this one.
I will say one of the best TikToks to come of this like quote unquote hard launch was the girl who was like, people I would trust with my life. Number one, the entire UConn women's basketball team for keeping Paige and Azzi's relationship a secret for all these like months and however long. Two, literally no one else. I was like, yes.
Accurate.
Yes. 100%.
They really held it down.
No, incredible. That's loyalty. That is a true display
Team
of
loyalty.
Yes, exactly. What else happened that you were... Ooh, those were some big eyes.
Well, it was more like, I mean, I could talk about the interviews and stuff, but you guys will see that. If you just follow the Skim on TikTok, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You will see all of that. What I really want to talk about is like the 2 parties that I got to go to that were really fun.
Okay. Wild child.
I know. No, the first one I wasn't even invited to. Kat, I went with our head of talent, Kat.
Yeah.
And we just met up with these really cool folks from Offball, which is like a newer... I would say like digital news, like they have a newsletter, they have an Instagram presence, and they do all things sports and culture. And so I got in with them because I was meeting the host of their, I don't know, the writer of her newsletter. Her name is Ashton. And so they kind of like swept us in with them secretly to a Touch More party with Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe.
Sick.
And so there were like, Stewie was there with her wife.
So cool.
Meg and Sue. You know who was getting down on the dance floor? Miss Holly Rowe.
Oh, hell yeah,
She was just like letting her hair down.
As she should.
I was so happy to see her out there shaking her thing.
Yeah, she's like WNBA royalty, I feel
Yeah. She looked very comfortable.
Good.
So it was just interesting to be literally like feet away. I have a video of myself dancing and Sue is like in the background.
That's amazing.
I haven't shared it anywhere because my dance moves are kind of embarrassing. And then we went to Azzi Fudd's party too for her podcast release.
You posted the Fudd Around and Find Out.
Yes, that's her new podcast.
Love that.
And I stayed for, I mean, it was kind of like a flex just to show that I was there. I'm not going to lie, because approximately 5 minutes after we arrived, I had to leave because the acoustics in there,
so loud,
so bad, so bad.
I can't do
and this
that.
is why I respect audio engineers.
Yeah,
the unsung heroes of events, literally, because I could not stand being in there. My ears are too sensitive now.
Yeah, I'm the same way, grandma at heart. Also, your t-shirt is lovely.
Oh, shout out to Ellie, aka Liz from Dick's.
Shut up.
She sent
our good friend
me
Ellie
mad stuff from Player Society. I love their stuff.
It's so cute. I really like it.
It is very cute. Wait, but I went to the Sports Illustrated party too.
Okay, casual drop.
Because my friend, Avery, I shouldn't have name dropped him, but whatever, that's his first name. He tour manages for Diplo, and Diplo DJ'd that event. And so we pulled up, Kat and I. It was also Kat's 30th birthday.
Oh,
so it's like
way to celebrate.
I know. We showed up at like 12:30, 1 a.m.
Oh, that's way past my bedtime.
Very late, but I said I have to go for the plot. Also, my flight was at 8 a.m. the next day, and Kat's is at 6 a.m. So we knew we were going to do a full all-nighter.
I can't.
We pulled up, and they're like, okay, you have VIP wristbands. You get to go behind the DJ booth. And I was like, okay. All right.
That's sick.
We show up there. Nobody's really there behind the DJ booth. So I was like, okay, whatever. We'll stay for however long it's
like
fun.
hang out with Diplo?
I don't really want to talk to Diplo. No offense.
Okay.
He's fine. He's not my favorite DJ.
Okay.
Who I did want to hang out with was the Stud Buds, Courtney Williams and Atisha Heidemann, who have been 72-hour live streaming the entire weekend. And so they pull up, they like bring all the athletes with them. And then I don't think that Courtney knew who Diplo was. So she just like goes to him and is like,
saw that.
Can you change the music to some booty shaking music?
Yeah, we don't like the EDM.
No.
And he like laughed and I was like, oh my God. Can you imagine?
She doesn't even know who he is.
Love it.
But he delivered.
Yeah.
So fast in the moment. And that's how I knew he was kind of a good DJ.
And you know what? Yeah, that's a crowd pleaser. He's reading the room. He's understanding his people.
And the vibe, I'm not kidding, like really did go from like here
all the
to
way
here.
Up. Love that.
It was amazing.
They were electric. Their energy all weekend was incredible.
So we were dancing out behind the ropes together.
Wow, love that.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Wow.
I was surprised by how much fun I had.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lovely, lovely weekend.
Yeah.
I will say another highlight that I saw on social media, of course, was during warm-ups when the All-Stars wore the t-shirts that read "Pay us what you owe us."
Yes.
So that was
a big moment.
That was really cool.
Yeah, and to see it like broadcast on the Jumbotron was even sicker because obviously even people in the bleeds could see it.
Yeah.
It was really legit. I mean, I think they had decided that morning that they were going to wear those shirts.
Yes.
And I mean, regardless of how you think the CBA negotiations are going to go or whether you want these athletes to get paid what they're worth, I just think it was so important for them to do that, to like show a unified front, you know?
Yeah.
Stick it to the man or the woman, Miss Kathy Engelbert.
Stick it to the maniosis. It reminded me of
Are you okay?
School of Rock, hello.
I literally just watched that with my nephew. I should have known that.
You should have. It's a reminder to me of like when the U.S. women's national soccer team like was playing in the World Cup, I believe it was, or maybe it was the Olympics, but I think it was the World Cup, and everyone was chanting equal pay.
Yes. Tobin
like,
just talked about that.
Yeah, it was very reminiscent of that to me. So I'm like, okay, great. We're kind of, making the same moves in that good direction.
Exactly.
But kind of, I think we should transition because you just brought it up. The T-shirts were decided that morning, and like Kelsey Plum said that in her press conference, but
oh my God.
There's like a little bit of tea or maybe like some drama between Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Plum, because after Plum like kind of made a not so subtle dig.
Well, can I say what she said in the press conference?
Go ahead.
Okay, so it was a post-game press conference. She was sitting next to Sabrina Ionescu. And she said that it was a very powerful moment. As players, we didn't know that was going to happen. It was a genuine surprise. The T-shirt was determined that morning. Not to tattletale, 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that.
You're tattletaling.
That's tattletaling.
That's literally
You just did what you said you were not going to do.
You know what that reminds me of? It's like no offense, but
no, literally,
and then you
proceeds to say something offensive.
There's very much offense there.
And then Sabrina kind of just looks at her like, are you serious right now? Like, what are you saying? And then she literally says like, what did she say? She was kind of just like,
she literally says,
what did she say? She was basically like, that really needed to be mentioned right now. Like, kind of like, are you serious? Yeah. Why did you say that? She kind of just shook her head.
Yeah,
because when you're trying to get people to take your league seriously and you as players seriously, you do not need to be stirring the pot and like making divisive comments.
It's literally not the time
to
do that. Yeah.
And some people on the internet were like, oh, she was just alluding to the fact that like Team Clark was really hungover. But like the joke didn't land. And that's really what is the most important part. Like the intent kind of doesn't matter right now.
I completely agree. And I just felt like even if it was a joke, I was like, ooh, that didn't feel like one. So like not great there. You wanna present a united front. Like
exactly.
You're all working towards the same thing. So let's like maybe just sweep that under the rug, that kind of vibe. Yeah.
And then later, Kelsey Plum like posted a carousel from the weekend.
Oh yeah.
And it was just like her caption was, what a weekend. But the first picture is of her. And in the background, there's like the Nike swoosh. And she used to be a Nike athlete, but then a couple years ago, that partnership dismantled. She is now an Under Armour ambassador. And then Caitlin Clark commented like, thank you for the free
Nike ad.
She's like, thank you for the Nike ad because Caitlin's a Nike athlete.
Yeah.
And it was just like very subtle but tasteful way to just like clap back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was just
Kelsey,
like
I feel like you're really not supposed to do that.
No, I really don't think you are. I think it was because she was on a carpet. And
it was the tunnel.
Yeah, there was a Nike swoosh.
But still, crop it out.
I know, not great.
I can't imagine Under Armour HQ is not happy.
The pissed this morning. All of that to say, I did see another little stat this weekend that was saying how WNBA attendance like is
up and to the right
tenfold this year. So it's up 15.3%, and it's on pace to draw 3.18 million fans this season, which would shatter last year's record of 2.35 million and double the 2023 total.
Hell yeah.
So like 15.3 maybe doesn't sound like a ton, but like that is a shit ton. And so it's just like, okay, for all those people that are like,
nobody watches literally
the WNBA.
It's crazy how many people still say that. Even like my own dad, he's like, nobody's watching that sport. I'm like, you're wrong.
Well, those are
get off of Facebook. Stop reading fake news.
Stop reading fake news. That's just like, I feel like the older generation maybe like isn't as ingrained in like all of the new up and comingness of the WNBA, and so I feel like it's really garnering a younger fan base, which is exactly what it needs to be doing. So it's crushing. I'm just excited to see it keep clamming. Okay, now shifting to the NBA because I need to talk about Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson.
Yeah, you were not here last week when we discussed the hard launch.
No, they made their red carpet debut. They looked stunning.
I
have 3 thoughts, specifically 3. 1, on the red carpet, they looked so good together, and Megan Thee Stallion is 1,000% raising his hotness because I have always thought Klay was like fine looking. I was like, okay, he's cute, whatever. On the red carpet, I was like, oh, he's handsome.
Suddenly.
Oh, he looks good. Yeah. And then I was like, that's the effect of Megan Thee Stallion.
The meg effect.
The meg effect. So I was like, thank you, Miss Stallion. That was very helpful for him. Number 2, the Instagram video, or maybe it was like on TikTok originally, but I think it was Instagram, that they posted of them working out together. So cute. But the kissing mid-set of like sit-ups, not for me. If that's your speed, by all means.
So was she doing?
She's doing sit-ups. He's holding her feet, and then they like kissed in the middle. And here's the thing: not for me. If it's for you, I'm not going to yuck your yum. But I am a heavy fucking breather when I work out. Like I am.
You're gonna just breathe hot air into Scott's mouth.
Scott doesn't want that. I don't want that. We're good. Like, but after the set, sure, little smooch, like a nice one. Sure. During, maybe not. But that's puppy love for you. You know, they're in it. And then 3, I will say there's nothing more elite than the combination of an extrovert woman and an introvert man in a relationship. I don't know what about it I love so much, but I really just think the woman really pulls that guy up.
It's like, so true.
Of course, Klay, Mr. Thompson, you are very accomplished on your own.
You did that thing, you know?
You did that thing. You did that damn thing. But with Megan, I'm like, ooh, you just like, there's more spice.
There's more. He's just got more aura.
Yeah, for sure.
Right now.
For sure.
Because what she has done for the girls, I was saying last week, I don't know if you got to tune in while you were mini-mooning it up in Maine, but what I said was that I'm a little concerned that because she is so in love, like we're going to lose hot girl summer vibe, Megan. But at the same time, it's like, I want her to be happy.
Yeah.
And in fact, she said, this is my first relationship where I've been with somebody who's genuinely a nice person and he makes me genuinely happy. I just never dated somebody like him before, and I'm just grateful he's here by my side, and he feels the same way about me.
He does seem like a genuine sweet boy. Like, he just seems like very genuine and authentic. And I also think it's probably just like a different vibe of like the music scene that she's typically used to. So I don't think
you should date somebody who's in your circle.
No.
But then that means that I would not be standing all the WNBA couples. And it's not that I don't stand them. It's just like I could not imagine dating my coworker.
No, me either.
You know? No. And if you're on different teams. Because there are instances of that.
And then when you have to like collab, it's not
collab.
It's not always great, you know? It's not great. Pivoting to golf. And before you turn it off, the podcast.
No, seriously.
Please. I understand.
Stay a while.
I understand I bring up Scottie Scheffler a lot. And I'm obsessed with him.
I'm here for you bringing up golf because you always bring it up in fun ways.
Here's the thing. Scottie Scheffler is demolishing everyone right now. And he's so fun to watch because I don't even like watching golf. I always fall asleep because it's just like here's the thing. It's not offensive to the sport. It's so soothing to fall asleep to.
Right.
It really is great napping
reframing.
TV.
I like what you did there.
The announcers just have such very soothing voices. It's not my fault. Sorry, Jim Nance. You literally rock me to sleep like a lullaby.
So you only watch because Scott watches.
Well,
does Scott watch?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, big time. He's a big time golfer. So he won. Scottie Scheffler, not Scott. Not my Scott.
Oh, I forgot. They're both named Scott.
Yeah, I know. Crazy. Scottie Scheffler just won the Open Championship this past weekend, and now he's 3 for 4 on his career Grand Slam. So he just needs one more to have won all of them. That won't happen until June of next year because it's the U.S. Open that he has to win.
Okay.
But I think the most like important moment was not him winning.
Right.
This tournament, which is what I was explaining to you in our production meeting. It was like the comments that he made going into the tournament that I think were such a good way of reframing things. So I'm going to summarize most of it and then I'll read like one quote. But he essentially was asked like what kind of motivates him and like why he wants to win so badly. And he was so genuine in his answer. He was like, I struggle with this a lot actually of like, what's the point? Because a lot of people get to this point in life where they think it's going to fulfill them and they're like, I'm still not fulfilled. And so he says he wrestles with it on a daily basis of like why he wants to win the tournament so badly. And he says it's fulfilling from a sense of accomplishment, but not in like a sense of the deepest places of your heart. And this is what he said that like really resonated with me. And I don't even have children. He said, I love being able to play this game for a living. It's one of the greatest joys of my life, but it does not fill the deepest wants and desires of my heart. Absolutely not. I love being a father. I love being able to take care of my son. I am blessed to come out here and play golf, but if my golf ever started affecting my home life or it ever affected the relationship I have with my wife or with my son, that's going to be the last day that I play out here for a living. This is not the be-all, end-all. This is not the most important thing in my life. And that's why I wrestle with why is this so important to me? Because I would much rather be a great father than I would be a great golfer.
Damn.
I'm like, if I couldn't be more obsessed with you,
no, truly.
You're
selling me on golf.
And then he went out there and whooped everyone's ass.
He did.
So it was like, yeah, it's not like, the biggest thing in my life. And then, sorry, I'm just so good. I'm just going to wipe the floor with you.
It's crazy. God. I also just think there's something to be said about like when you remove the pressure from yourself,
100%.
The world just like opens up to you.
It reminded me a lot of this book that I've been reading. It's by Wright Thompson. He's an ESPN columnist. And it's called The Cost of These Dreams, Sports Stories, and Other Serious Business. And it's about coaches, athletes, all of these elite people who are like the top of their game. So he interviewed Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, like all of these incredible athletes and coaches. And they all have the same underlying kind of familiarity where it's like, they've isolated themselves in ways from family and love and connection because of this insatiable drive to win. And like that's obviously what made them so great at what they did. But it's also like they couldn't have both. And we're kind of seeing with Scottie Scheffler, you kind of can have both.
It's also, I think, a new generational mindset. You know what I mean? He's so young. He's like, what, not even 30 yet?
No, he's not 30.
Yeah, which is so refreshing.
Yeah.
And like, as somebody who doesn't identify with like the Michael Jordans, the Tiger Woods, like I don't think I've ever had that dog in me. I'm not gonna lie. And yet I have still achieved greatness. So
no, exactly. It's also just like a nice little reminder, like that these athletes that you put so much pressure on and whatnot, they too put a lot of pressure on themselves, but at the end of the day, like they still have this moral compass.
I also am gonna need either the number to the therapist that Scottie Scheffler has, or I need to know if he also like went Wemby mode and like went Shaolin monk mode. Did a little bit of that. And
I would love the number to his therapist too.
Yeah,
I do love my therapist though too. So maybe I won't give her up.
Caroline's therapist, if you're listening to this, don't take offense.
Don't take offense. That was not a shot. That was not a shot at you. But also Bennett Scheffler, his son, who like stole the show in the celebrations. Oh my God. There were so many funny tweets and pictures of him. There was a picture of him like kind of looking like this as like Meredith, Scottie's wife, and Scottie were hugging. And someone captioned it like, what? I do this every Sunday. Or like, we do this every Sunday. And then there was another one that was like, I've seen Bennett Scheffler more than my own family members this year.
No, seriously.
And he's like so cute. So yeah, he really stole the show, which is so sweet. Finally, my last little stat, just that you can drop in your next combo with Scottie. It took Tiger Woods exactly 1,197 days from his first major win to his fourth major win. With this victory, Scottie secured his fourth major win exactly 1,197 days since he won his first major tournament.
So they're twins.
Yeah. I think Scottie commented on like the comparison to Tiger Woods is like, this is ridiculous. Like I've won 4, he won like 15 or whatever. But I mean, humble king.
Yeah,
but it's just like a fun little
little
cosmic
he's on
kind
of
of
greatness.
It's all written in the stars. Yeah.
Okay, speaking of golf,
yeah,
and culture, Happy Gilmore 2 finally came out.
Oh my God,
and they did not take my advice and do like a around the country pickup basketball press tour.
Yeah.
They did do like a whole premiere though.
So many people were there. Alex Earl was there. Apparently she makes a cameo, which I had no idea.
There are 47, I counted 47 celebrity appearances in this movie.
Holy shnikes. Is that also counting athletes?
Yes.
Wow.
Including, Travis Kelce, Rory McIlroy, excuse me.
Proud of you.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, is that how an Irish person would say it?
Yeah.
It is.
Alex Earl.
Oh my God, my favorite. Bad Bunny.
Oh my God, he's in it too?
He's like, I think, has a sizable role in it, actually.
Damn.
More than the others.
I love that.
Kelsey Plum's in it too, LOL.
No way.
Eminem.
Shut up.
Reggie Bush. Those are just some names I pulled out.
Holy shit, there's a lot.
I know.
Also, like, I just hope that they're good actors, you know?
Praying.
Like, don't put them in there if you can't act.
Well, it's like, this is what happens when you got Netflix money.
Yeah.
You know? I hope it's good too. I need to rewatch Happy Gilmore.
You know what they call it? It's Netflix money, but it's also fuck you money.
That's true.
Yeah.
It is true. I just want to say also, Bad Bunny is probably, I think I've thought about it. Like, I've wondered who my hall pass would be. And he's like the right amount of like feminine boy plus like comfortable with his masculinity. And grip. He just has a grip on culture.
Okay, interesting.
Maybe unrealized here in the United States, but definitely in his home country of Puerto Rico.
Happy that you realized that. Happy for you. Mine's Chris Hemsworth. Always has been, always will be.
Interesting. Yeah.
To close out, I think, Playing the Fields, I'm going to run through our favorite segment, Pretty Boys of the NFL. I'm going to do like a fast list off of some of the news ahead of training camp that Adam Schefter tweeted this past week. So in this week alone, here we go. Hear me out. If you don't recognize these names, just nod and wave. Lloyd Howell resigned as the NFLPA executive director. TJ Watt landed a record three-year, $123 million deal with the Steelers. Wide receiver Mike Williams retired from the Chargers and football in general. Vikings wide receiver Jordan Addison pleaded to a lesser charge in DUI case and faces NFL discipline. Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice, sentenced to 30 days of jail time, faces NFL discipline.
Woof, guys. Come on.
Not great. Linebacker Von Miller opted to sign with the Commanders. Commanders wide receiver Terry McLaurin voiced displeasure and frustration with his contract negotiations. Chiefs guard Trey Smith landed a record $94 million deal. My two boys, Sauce Gardner, cornerback, and wide receiver Garrett Wilson, each inked 4-year deals with the Jets. Sauce, $120.4 million deal, and Garrett, $130 million deal. And finally, 49ers wide receiver Juwan Jennings asked for a new deal or a trade. So there you have it.
It's a lot.
Quick recap ahead of training camp.
It's a lot. Those are big numbers that
and it's okay.
I'll never see in my life.
If none of that rings true to your heart, don't even worry about it.
Some of it does, not most of it, I will say.
Okay.
But that's okay. I appreciate you for giving us like the lay of the land.
Yeah.
Ahead of training camp.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of training camp, What is that?
Training camp is better known as the end of Caroline summer and social calendar. Just kidding. No, training camp is kind of like it's the period before the regular season starts. Mm-hmm. It's like 5 to 6 weeks-ish. It's like the last week and a half of July, and then all of August, essentially. And think of it as like a little bit of boot camp / like a long form tryout. So there's like 90 guys that go to training camp. Only 53 make it onto the roster. So you're essentially trying out for the entire month. Yes, Blake.
Okay. So someone could get drafted, let's say, into the NFL.
Yeah.
They get to camp and they can get cut.
Yeah, but it very rare would that happen.
Really?
It's usually
who gets cut?
Unless they like massively mess up. It's usually like a lot of people that either were on like a practice squad, because every team has a practice squad. Mm-hmm. It's like 15, I think, maybe-ish players during the season, where it's like you can kind of call them up if someone gets hurt or injured or whatever. So it's a lot of those guys typically get quote unquote cut and then signed to a practice squad deal when the regular season starts. Then it's a lot of like guys that are on like second, third string kind of borderline, like they could get cut. A veteran could get cut if they don't show up, in tip-top form, shape, whatever. So it's a lot of that. But then it's a lot of just like undrafted free agents, undrafted rookies, all of that. So
I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of like whittling down your roster.
Okay, and more importantly, what do you have to do at training camp as part of your job?
I watch practice. There's live shows that we kind of comment on, facilitate, talk about the team. I'll write some articles. I'll talk about the team some more. A lot of it's like, the classic feeding the machine of like, who do you think is going to make the 53-man roster? How is the team looking? What are your expectations for it? That kind of stuff.
You know what I realized we never have talked about is like, where the hell, if I was a listener and I was like, I want to hear Caroline do her job.
Yeah.
Where would we see that, hear that,
Jets
watch
YouTube page, Jets website.
Okay.
That's a lot of that. I will be on some of the preseason games this year. Those I think are going to be broadcast on CBS. So that will be fun. But
I've never seen you on TV before except for when you got hit with a napkin. So I want to watch in real time. That's what I want to do.
I'm glad that was the moment that you viewed of all of them.
I bore witness to.
So training camp is starting this week for almost every team, and the Buffalo Bills start the filming of this year's Hard Knocks tomorrow. So Hard Knocks, infamously, best show on television. And if you haven't watched it, you need to freaking watch it. It is so good. Have you ever watched Hard Knocks?
I watched 2 random ass seasons. Well, they weren't that random. They were pretty recent. I watched last year's preseason with the Bears because I remember Jonathan Owens was in it.
Yes.
And he got to go to
went to
Simone.
the Olympics. Yeah.
And I also watched the Giants, I guess, preseason, off-season. I don't really know what season.
It was off-season.
How many? What they have? I got preseason, off-season.
So they have 3 seasons.
Okay.
It's training camp, in season, and off-season.
So it was
off-season. Infamously, was only 1 season because the Giants massively messed up the Saquon Barkley deal. Yeah, unfortunately. And they were like, every team was like, yeah, we're not going to sign up for that. No thanks.
No humiliation, please.
Yeah, so they had new rules, essentially. The NFL, sponsors Hard Knocks because it's by NFL Films. And so they changed the rules of qualifying what teams.
Yeah, because I thought that you were supposed to, it's a hard knock life, right?
It is.
So I thought they're supposed to spotlight teams that weren't that good.
Yes, correct. So
because Giants and Bears not very good.
Typically, if you have made the playoffs in the last 2 seasons, you can opt out from being selected. It used to be an honor, but now teams find it a little bit more intrusive and you're in the spotlight. You don't know how you're going to be received by fans. Your coaching decisions are kind of out there, whether you keep someone on the roster, whatever. So it's kind of a little tough in the age of the internet. But the new rules were that a team that has been featured on Hard Knocks Training Camp Edition in the previous 8 seasons cannot be featured again. They cannot have a first-year head coach. So someone like the Jets could not be featured because we have a first-year head coach.
That's nice of them.
Yep. If you are not a part, you can't be part of the in-season division selected for the current season or the following season. So like if you're
I see.
You can't be the training camp version if you're also in the in-season.
Right.
And then even if you make the playoffs in the last 2 years, you're still eligible and you can't opt out. So those were some of the changes. So the Bills were, of course, chosen and they couldn't opt out. This is the first time they're going to be on the training camp. Yes.
But I thought it wasn't supposed to be like this. I thought that wasn't like UNC going to be featured for this?
For the off-season one.
So we would have already seen it.
I believe so.
Oh,
yeah. I believe so. Yeah, because it was going to follow kind of Bill and his,
his career as a college football coach.
His
second act.
Yes. And that did not go according to plan. So yeah, I think everyone should watch Hard Knocks because it does two things. It makes you fall in love with every team that they feature because all of the guys are just like really good-hearted and they tell really cute stories.
All of them?
Not all of them, sorry. Most of them are very good-hearted and they tell really cute stories and you just like really see them working for their dream. It's sweet. And then two, it makes you think that team will win the Super Bowl. Like without a doubt. NFL Films does such a good job. They like really are a masterclass.
Well, I think the Bills could win the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, this is like why it's kind of different. Like usually it's a team that's like trying to build from the ground up. And now it's like, oh, this is a team being featured that's like kind of one step away.
Right.
Yeah.
So I hope it's fun.
I hope we see Hailee Steinfeld because
we better.
Oh my God.
If they know what's good for them, they will show Hailee.
Yeah, you threaten them, Blake. You show them. I also think like you don't think that you can love Golden Retriever Josh Allen more. Just wait. Like they're gonna make you fall in love with him.
I'm excited because
times.
I need to learn more of the Bills roster.
Lore. Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean that too, but it's just like truly all I associate with that franchise is Josh Allen
and Mrs.
Allen.
Mrs. Steinfeld. Yeah, so it's going to be great. All right, let's get to send it and wrap this show
I know, we've been yapping
up.
so much. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. I will start with obviously the most viral video of the week. I'm sure literally everyone saw it, and if you didn't, you live under a rock.
With respect, with love.
Politely, yes. The Coldplay concert this weekend where, the CEO, the head of HR, got caught, swaying in love. But the problem is they were not married. They were married to other people. Yeah, not
with
great.
Kids.
So, yeah, not great. However, now, the fan cameras and on jumbotrons all over the country have taken that and run with it, which is incredible. I think the best one was the Philly Fanatics because it was the two mascots like in the same pose and kind of then they like scattered and hid when the camera came on them, just like the two other people did at the concert. And then the next shot goes to a guy who has a sign that says, "This is my wife." And then he like on the kiss cam and then actually is like kissing her. And he's like, "No, this is my wife. I promise. I'm not like in an affair kind of thing." It was hilarious.
Missed opportunity at the WNBA All-Star game. They did not go with this.
Should have done a kiss cam.
I know, especially with the mascots. They were all there. I posted a weird TikTok about them because they were like being freaks.
Once again,
it felt like a furry convention.
Oh, I don't like that. Once again, write this on my tombstone. Kissing is shaking hands. I would kiss a little just for a kiss cam,
Okay, my turn. Did you see that League One Volleyball, aka Love B? That's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
Just announced that Skims, the company by Miss Kimmy Kardashian, is the official loungewear, intimates, and sleepwear partner of that league.
She knows when to really
put that money down.
But she's been doing that with she did that with the NBA. She's smart with how she's a lot of things. She is smart. She's a smart businesswoman.
She got at least a smart team around her.
You can't doubt that. I will also say, the meme, how does it feel to live my dream? They're living my dream. Not only are they playing professional volleyball, should have been me. Should have been a couple inches taller. Should have gone to college.
I just can't believe that you weren't tall enough.
Well, not for the front row. Yeah.
Why did you need to be front row?
Because that's what I
played
in high school. Yes, obviously. Actually, yes, because I loved spiking the ball and getting the attention and the credit. But I was tallest in my high school, so obviously
they put you there.
Yeah.
That's so cruel.
I know. They
should have
been thinking about my future.
If they played your cards right, if they played their cards right, you could be in Skims right now.
Yeah, what the hell, Simsbury High School?
And some Spanx.
It's their fault, not mine.
Also, to be honest, I don't really watch pro volleyball, but hopefully this little partnership will bring more eyes to the league.
But every time beach volleyball or even regular volleyball is on at the Olympics, I eat that shit up. It's so good.
I know. I think it's just because it's not shown many places.
So show that shit and people will come.
Show that shit. I also played rec volleyball recently. I was actually kind of good at it.
Wow, sneaky.
I want you to come with me next time.
Sneaky talent. Okay, I'll be a menace because I'll be way too competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next send it. Courtesy of, just this like really iconic girl. Her name is Blake Morgan. She filmed this great video with Asia Wilson. Would you care to explain?
Yeah, so the backstory is that they gave us time on the court to talk to these players, and I didn't realize that it was going to happen, so I had to like ask her a question really fast.
Yeah.
And so we asked her, where do you keep your Olympic gold medals? Because it's been a year since she last played in the Olympics.
Hell yeah.
And I thought she was going to be like, oh, in a drawer or like in a display case. She's like, actually, I have replicas that I keep out for people to look at and like touch and see. The real ones are in a safe somewhere. And I was like, do they give that to you? Like, do they give you replicas for this very purpose? And she's like, no, my mom found them online somewhere and she just got them for me.
Incredible.
I was like, so
it's
real.
Such a good idea.
It is a good idea.
This kind of reminds me, I promise I'll make this quick. When my sister was in London for the 2012 Olympics, this guy, I think he was like a native guy from London. He literally made a select amount of fourth place medals. And he gave them out because there's a stat of like the people that are the most depressed after the Olympics are fourth place finishers and second place finishers. Because fourth place, you're like, I was so close to making the podium. And second place, you're like, I was so close to getting gold. So he gave them out to like select fourth place finishers who he thought deserved them. And he like handmade them himself, and he gave one to my sister.
Imagine spending
because she lost by like 0.2 seconds.
Oh my god, was she really depressed?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Another episode. Like,
yeah, I was depressed too. It was not fun. But yeah.
Okay, and finally, Brent Rooker of the Oakland A's went viral this week for feeding his little baby a bottle during the All-Star Games home run derby. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, a fan tweeted at him and said the following: "Hey Rooker, did you really need to feed your baby on camera? Sometimes people just want to see you play."
This is what I say to that. If you can't
see me right
now,
God.
I'm giving you a doll eye. One eye is rolling. Like, be fucking for real.
That was a legit doll eye. That was crazy.
Hell yeah,
no, and also as if he has control of who's operating the camera. You're so weird.
And you know what? He replied the best thing ever. He was like, yes, it was necessary to feed my 11-month-old child
her 9 p.m. bottle
at 9 p.m.
Clearly this person has never been around a baby because you do not miss that nighttime bottle.
Brad, tell me you're single without telling me you're single, Brad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know the name.
No, I just made it up. He's a Brad.
Brad is a good name too.
Brad or Chad. Yeah, you know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was crazy. But really appreciated Brent Rooker for that one.
Yeah.
He's like,
set the record straight, bro.
Sweet boy of the week.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your favorite send it of the week?
To be self-indulgent, I will say my own.
Hell yeah.
Because that was truly like, I think Asia Wilson is so cool.
She is.
Gorgeous. She is a smart businesswoman. She's an even better basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
So to be able to just be in her presence for even 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
It did something to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to basketball camp this year, by the way. Because I want to learn how to dribble through my legs.
You did need work on that.
Yeah.
I will be honest.
You act like it's a natural thing to do.
I don't even know if I could do it, but like I think.
Also, your legs are higher than mine, so it's like I feel like the ball.
Don't make excuses. Don't make excuses.
This is why I'm not an athlete.
I will say my send it. I think Brent Rooker.
Yeah.
I love a freaking good clap back. Like shut up and sit down.
Literally.
Yeah. That's it. All right. I think that's it for this up.
It is.
She's kicking shit. We gotta go.
I know. She's
throwing a tantrum.
We got to dip.
It's time for her nap.
Mm-hmm. I need my nighttime bottle.
she needs her 9 p.m. bottle. All right. We'll be back in the studio next Tuesday with another episode of Well Played. Until next time, thank you for listening to Well Played,
the only podcast in a league of its own.